Hello there, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, how are you? Welcome to my weekly weather show where I take a look at the weather across New Zealand and see what's going on. It's going to be an interesting week. We get another taste of winter, and the jet stream, it's going into one of those wiggly modes, so there's more oomph to the atmosphere. Heads up for some snow down south, even to some pretty low levels. Then we quieten things down, and it could be interesting as well later on in the week. The broad shot, things are quiet across Australia for us. It's all the Southern Ocean. That's where all the energy is coming from. And with the jet streamer being a bit more wiggly, that certainly means we get burst of cold spreading their way north. You can see two areas of cloud, the IR satellite. This is the one to look at here. I've put the streamlines on in the mid-levels to show you a broad upper trough. So that means we're in a mild west-northwest flow to start the week. Then we get that cold blast. So you know what I mean temperature-wise? Yeah, it's going to really sort of ooze down. Red, orange, above normal. Notice this blue sitting here. Now as you run our way through the course of the first couple of days, Monday into early Tuesday, that is colder than normal. That's a low snow level. That will then ease away by Wednesday, and then notice we go more westerly as that kicks through. So we actually go then back closer to normal. Temperatures generally for the week, for some spots below normal. By the end of the week, we could even see the odd spot maybe close to 20 to some eastern areas as more of a westerly flow takes shape. Could even hint at a bit of a southerly. So looking at things then, of course, with that, there is a bit of weather to come through. Wet weather wise, who gets the lion's share? It is a westerly flow. Where you see the red to the purple, that is again probably western coast of the South Island, where we're looking at 50 to 100 millimeters of rain. Light blue there, that may only be 5 millimeters to eastern parts of Canterbury. Notice the far south, parts of South and Central Otago, good spillover with that. That could be as much as 20, maybe 30 millimeters. Same thing western parts of the North Island. That red area there, kind of interesting. I'll show you that in a second. But in a nutshell, eastern areas not much. Western areas getting most of it over the course of this week. Wind-wise, heads up, particularly with this squeeze here. Look at those westerlies. The purple, strong to severe gales. Tuesday, then through Wednesday, gusty west-southwest flow that eases going into midweek. By Thursday, you can see the ridge, the quieter winds, and then another squeeze later in the week. We can just see it, this guy here coming in to work in towards the far south. So it is going to be a windy week, but later on, probably Wednesday, Thursday, quieter. That sets the scenes for some frost. Front-wise, there's one there. This is the wintry risk. That is the snow line, probably 1,000 meters, which could drop us down to maybe at times 300 meters. Early Tuesday, 300 meters. Ridge builds in, that's going into Wednesday, Thursday. Then this system here comes in for Friday, and he could kick the snow level again down 500-600 meters to the far south. Squeeze of the isobars, that is pretty tight. Notice by the end of the week, a high and that low there. We'll see what happens. The high will build in, that low may get energy and cut off, but I'm not so sure on that because things could certainly change. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Monday is the big story, of course. Front, first little area of some wet weather, that will track through. Remember the dropping snow line there, 1,000 meters is the blue line. And it's really Monday night into early Tuesday. This is close in on the South Island. There, that's your first front. This little cluster here as we go from about midnight, and watch this area blue. Each one of these lines is about 200 to 300 meters of snow level. So this is already kicking us down to about 300 meters to the far south after midnight. And watch this lump of stuff here. It just tracks its way in. Southern Lakes in particular, maybe Queenstown, that will track through. It's more of a westerly flow, so not as much into the Mackenzie Basin, but it is certainly something, that little chunk there that goes through. In the early hours of Tuesday, don't be surprised, some spots, Queenstown, Kingston, those sorts of places could see that maybe quick covering of some snow as you start off. Tuesday, that's the clump. It goes away. That's a pretty low snow level, wintry showers, Invercargill, even Dunedin. Watch out on the hills traveling. That will all clear away. That's just plain old rain further north. It's a blustery, yuck kind of day. Wednesday, it's improving. Notice that blue line. That's our snow level, 1,000 meters, already kicking back up. It's a blustery one, certainly with strong to severe gales easing. And you can see by the time we go into Thursday, that ridge sets in. That's going to be cold, frosty start for many areas, of course, with that particular flow. And then we set the scene for what's that next system to come in for Friday. That's got a new front, and you can see the snow level dropping down again, 500-600 meters, but that's another quick shot to kick us through. And then it will start to get a bit more iffy by the end of the week, because this is what the weekend looks like, and you go, hold on, that's a deep low, that's energy cutting off a low to the north of the country, and this is a building high. But this will probably change. Your favorite app is probably saying something now, and I bet you watch it in about 3 days' time. This is what we call model ensemble. And you say, ooh, what's that? This is the area of high pressure. New Zealand is there, and everything looks fine. By the end of the week, see how things change. When you run an ensemble, you're running lots of scenarios. See that big red blob? That is like percent error. Right away you go, that's going to change. So that low might not be there. In a nutshell, we got the system early week, we got the system coming in later in the week, and then we will see a new high build in. Whether we get a cutoff low and sits, we will certainly see what happens. But in any event, you're going to need the layers. It's going to be a cool sort of week across the country. That's the weather for now.